Okay, so one of the things that I've done after having the parts back at the shop is to take the cylinder head that we've already taken off on the starboard engine and give it a bit of a clean. So we did it on the workbench, and then what I've done is I've put together a vat of citric acid in a cooler with some warm water, and the cylinder head's actually been in there now for just over 24 hours. So what I'm going to do now is take it out, give it a really good rinse off. Should have removed a lot of the rust and cleared all the waterways from within the cylinder head. I need to give it a good wash, get all that acid off, and then dry it with a hairdryer and then coat it in oil so it doesn't get any surface rust again. So hang in there while I just open up the vat of acid and let's see what this has come out like. Okay, here we go. So got gloves on. It is an acidic solution. It's citric acid, so it's not very powerful, but it's powerful enough that I wouldn't really want to put my hands in there. So, let's give that a lift out. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, it smells horrible. Okay, so overall, it does look, I don't know if you can pick it up very clearly on there, it does look a lot cleaner. There's a lot of gunge on there that's going to need to be rinsed off. So look on the other side. That's not bad actually. For a citric acid solution, that's not bad at all. And just looking in some of these waterways, the rust is actually very loose. Like if I rub my hand on it now, the rust is coming off almost like a soil solution. It's not big and chunky anymore. That's really clean. Okay, I'm gonna get this to the hose pipe. I need to wash all this acid off, and then I need to get a good coating of oil on there before any rust and surface rust comes back. It's dark outside now, so I'll bring it back to the shop once it's rinsed. Okay, we're gonna get some of this excess water off, and then I'm actually gonna grab a hairdryer or a heat gun just to make sure this thing is completely dry. What will happen is, because we've got bare metal surfaces now, we've got water on it, it will start to surface rust. If I leave this, then by tomorrow morning, this will actually be coated in a light brown haze. And that's not what we want, not after all the effort of cleaning it down. I must admit, I am so impressed at how that citric acid has worked. I used a solution of about, I think it was 500 grams of pure citric acid crystals in, I think it was 20 litres of water. Now I've got to admit, in the shop here, you can actually smell the off gas that comes from the chemical as it's been doing its job, but I've got to admit, when you look at how clean this is compared to how it was, even inside some of these cylinders and the pathways and the ports, it's very impressive. So certainly an easy way to do it. Obviously, you could do this by taking it to a machine shop and having them clean it down. Even inside the top where the valves go, I mean the top of the cylinders here, this is really impressive. So just trying to get rid of some of this excess water. Still a few little bits of oil on there actually, so that's kind of good, but bad because it would have stopped the acid getting to where it needs to be. I'm going to get the hairdryer now, give this a quick run over, get some heat on it, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like up close. So I don't know if you remember what it was like before, but if you look how clean this is now, all that oil and burnt on debris that we'd have seen in these areas here, all completely gone, taken off by the citric acid solution. All the machine surfaces are looking nice and clean. Obviously we'll clean these up and remove any paint and things before we put the new gaskets on. Just want to show you the exhaust ports. If you remember, some of these looked pretty cruddy before, so some of these are pretty good. Even the worst ones, you can just see in there, there's still some fairly large chunks, but pretty smooth all the way through now. Very different to how it was when we took it off. I'll try and find some before and after photos to show you. Like I say, this is a solution of 500 grams of citric acid crystals mixed with 20 litres of warm tap water. Just tip it up and you can see there the face of it. Again, inside these cylinder tops, nice and clean. Very impressed. So this is going to make putting this back together a lot easier. We don't have all the debris and nasty stuff that we would have had had we not gone through this process. And to be honest, this is the first time I've used citric acid, a solution, to do this sort of thing. Usually I do this mechanically and I do it by hand with lots of drilling and cleaning and wire brushing. Very impressed with this, and I think this is the way forward. So, okay, next step is to grab the WD-40 and give this a very liberal coating. The reason for it is just to stop it from rusting. So even though we shouldn't really have this much oil all over the place, it's actually just to stop any surface rust appearing on it before we get a chance to machine it and put it all back together. So there we go. One acid solution and one very clean head ready to go.